everyone, in this video you will learn how to create a budget tracker. How can you track your payments compared to your budgets, and you will also learn how you can visualize the budgetary information. It will be all on your single click. For example, you want to see a visualization how you have spent it throughout the year in different months. What was your starting balance, what is your ending balance, right? And you can track the company wide as well, you can track by the item wise as well. So it's solely up to you. The way you selected the information, it will visualize accordingly. All the tracker, budget detail, monthly information, everything in this video. So if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you keep getting notification of our new coming videos. Okay, so first of all, what we will do, we will open a blank spreadsheet. On the blank spreadsheet, we will open a new sheet and we will give it a name, budget tracker. We will open another sheet which we will call budget detail, right? On the budget detail, we will define all our items and assign the total budget of that particular item. So let's say I'm going to define the item code. Okay, this is an optional field. If you want to keep it or not, solely up to you. Item name, right? And we will call it the budget amount, right? So this can be your annual budget, right? So let's assume I'm giving a serial of 1 to 10 to define my budget items. Okay, so item name, the first item name can be my rent, for example, electricity, gas charges, salaries, taxes, household, supplies, or you can give any other name that you want, stationaries, lunch, dinner, breakfast, except that you can do water charges, insurance expenses. That's enough, right? So I have just given a few items from 1 to 13, rent to insurance expenses. I just draw all the list of it. Then I will assign a yearly budget. So for example, I'm giving a budget. Okay, so I have a 50,000, 500,000 budget for the rent. For the electricity, I have 300,000 budget. Gas charges, I have 50,000 budget. Salaries, expenses, maybe 600,000. Taxis, 100,000. Household, 80,000. Supplies, 40,000. Stationaries, 30,000. For the lunch, 120,000. Dinner, 120,000. Breakfast, 100,000. Right? And the water charges can be 70,000, and the insurance can be 110,000, right? So these are all my yearly budget. So if I want to change my budget, so this is the one platform where I can change all my budget. I don't need to go back and forth and change everywhere, right? So this is the one place where I'm going to apply all my budgetary information specifically, right? Then I will come back on my budget sheet. What I will do, I will copy all these items right from here and apply here, right? And from here I will only copy the headings, budget amounts, right? So this is my budget amount. I will not copy the values from there because I will fetch the values from there, right? Let's do a few more formattings. Let's call it budget tracker, right? So I just name it a budget tracker. Okay, so now I can, of course I'm going to do some expenses throughout the months and all the months. So what I will do, I will make a new column which I will call it budget balance, and here I will call it. Now for example, if you are making a budget for 2023, you can just type for the year here, so you don't have to change all the where. So if you want to continuously use this file, you can use it, just change it on the top. So now here I will call it Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Alright, so you just give the range from Jan to December, right? Make sure you keep the spelling as it is, the way I have shown. Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December on a 3 digits. And this is what your sheet name going to be, right? So now you will do what? You will open some new sheet and you will call it Jan, okay? And you will keep exactly the same spelling the way you have shown here, right? Why is that? So I'll give you the reason in few minutes ahead. So now what I need to do, okay, before I work on it, I need to improve one more thing. Instead of copying this data, just remove this, and it's better if we link the same thing with here, right, with equal sign, and enter it. So copy paste down like this, right? So we have 13 entries, so we just keep the 30, right? Now on the January, you will again copy the same headings, but I think it's okay, you just get the item name, right? So you just copy the item name, right? And here we will copy the budget balance, right? You will copy the budget balance, and here you can give another column which can we say date, right? So date, item name, budget balance, and amount expensed, or simply amount, right? So you just give amount, right? So date, item name, budget balance, and amount. All right. So these are the entries that you have just created. You can simply format it the way you want, right? On the item name, you have to link it with these items, right? It's quite possible that you pay this expense twice in a month, so you can enter 2 entries here. So it's better, so you just take a big range, go on top data sheet, here on the data validation, select the list, and take this range, right? The whole range, the way from where it is, right? And then press OK. So now you are able to select the item from the drop down, so it will avoid the spelling errors. If you type anything else, it will not let you proceed, right? So here you can, let's say on, and this one you can give it a full date. You can simply right click, go on format cell, go on date, and give a date like this, right? So now I can say on 15th March, right? So it will automatically fill the date. I paid the taxes 2600. How would I know what is the budget balance? So I need to fetch this budget balance from my tracker sheet in the column E, right? But this is not been worked yet, so we have to now work on this and then link this cell with this one. So before I proceed further, I need to do some working on my budget tracker to make the further months and complete my January as well. So on the budget amount column, you will fetch your budget first. So we'll say vlookup, and you will look for this item. You will press comma, and then you will give the range of this, right? And you will freeze by pressing F4. comma, it's a second column, comma and 0 and enter, right? So you just fetch your budget amount and you can simply copy and bring it till the down. You can give it a comma style because it's an amount, right? The budget balance will be this minus sum of all these, right? And bracket close, enter. So now the budget balance is this, right? Now I can go back on January, and here I can give a formula which I will call it vlookup again. See, this formula is very important, vlookup, right? And you will give this reference. Okay, I want to look this item back. You will go back here, and from here I will give a range from column C, D, E, right? I will freeze this comma. I will press, because this is the column 1, column 2, and this is the column 3. I will input 3 here, right? Then I press comma, and then I will put 0. It's by default. Press close the bracket and enter. So now I know that the balance is 100,000 and I have incurred 23,000 from here, right? But when I incur the 23,000, the balance should be reduced here live, right? So this number should be working live, right? All the tracking sheet, it should be working live. When I input 23,000, it should decrease the value by 23,000 until we come it to the 0, right? All right, so now you have the budget amount here on the budget sheet. I need to just fix one more update into this formula, because if you copy it down, it will show you NA, which means not applicable, because you have entered nothing here. But if you select any item, it will fetch the budget amount, right? So if there is nothing enter, it should be not showing like this. So I need to fix this formula by expanding this with if error. We will open the bracket, and at the end you will press comma and give a double quote and close the bracket and enter, right? Now you copy and bring this formula till the down, right? So you will see nothing, right? So if as soon as you enter something here, it will populate here, right? You can also switch this column with this to this, right? So you can simply input here, right? And this should be your formula. If you want, you can give it a different color to distinguish that it's a formula, right? So this is your sheet of January, right? You can give it a border if you want, like this. You can go on the view and hide the grid lines. You can just type Jan here, so you know, okay, which month it is, right? 30th Jan. I'm paying rent of, let's say, 12,000. But my balance is not changing, right? So why my balance is not changing? Because the values are not coming here. So what is the total of these should be fetched here, right? So before I do that, let me make a clone of all the sheets, right? So you have to just create a copy of all the sheets. So just create a copy, move till the end and press OK, and give it a name of fab. You can change it fab here, right? Again, right click on the sheet, copy, create a copy, move till the end, press OK, and give it a name March, and it is March. Just do it till the December. Okay, so I have just created all the sheet from Jan to December. Just for an easy view, I can select all these sheet by pressing the control button one by one. Right click, tab color, and I can give it a different color just to distinguish. And I just give it a different color just to distinguish that they are different. They are the months, right? And since this is a budget sheet, I can give it a yellow color, and since this is a budget tracker, I can give it a green color, right? So now they are all the different sheets I have distinguished with the colors as well, right? So they are your orange, so you can go back and give it orange, right? This is your yellow, you can give it a yellow, right? And since this is your balance, you can give it a green, right? And they are your items, so you can again keep them yellow if you want, right? Now I have to bring the totals here, so this formula will give me the balance, right? And eventually these balance will appear in individual sheets. So how I can do that? I can do that with a formula which called sum ifs, right? Make sure there is s at the end, right? And then you will open the bracket. It is asking, okay, which one is your sum range? Since I have cloned all the sheets, so all are in the same format, but this is my January sheet and I need to sum, let's say, this column D. I'll freeze that, right? And then I will press comma. It is asking me, okay, what is the criteria? The criteria is this, right? I need to sum by the item names. Then I will press comma and it is asking me, okay, what is the criteria? So I will come back on my tracker sheet and I will select this one, right? And here I will freeze the column C with the $sign, and then I will close the bracket and enter. So now it is giving me, okay, 12,000 has been paid in January. Now the question is, I can copy and bring it down and paste it, right? That's fine. But if I copy this and paste it here, this is wrong. The reason, it is still fetching information from the January, not the February, right? So I need to change this by Feb. So that's one reason in the start I was saying that keep the same name Jan the way you are going to make the sheets. So this sheet names and this top heading should be the same spelling. Now I'm going to link this Jan with this one. How I can do that? For this syntax, right, I have to replace this Jan. How I can do that? I can do that by opening a formula which is called indirect, right? And instead of this I will remove it and I will column F4, right? And here, because I will copy to the right, so but the line will always remain 4, I can freeze the line number 4, right? Then I will give a space and put an end sign, and then I will give space and I will bring this under a double quote, right? And then close the bracket. Same thing I will do here. I will put an indirect function. I will remove this Jan. I will link this with here. Put a $sign before 4. After 4 I will give a space, put an end sign, space, and I will bring this into a double quote and close the bracket and enter. And you can see my answer is same. Now I can copy and paste till all the way from left to right. So now you can see yes, the result is coming the same, but it is the data is being fetched from the April and March and Feb, not from only Jan. So if I go on Feb and if I change the value here, because I just copied the sheet, let's say make it 50,000, and if I go back on my tracker sheets, you can see it has been changed to 50,000. If I go back here, I can change it to 25,000, right? If I go till here, I can change it, let's say 60,000, and you can see it has been changed to 60,000 here on Jan, but Feb it's still the same, right? So it's fetching information from the different. So let's say in the May you go and you enter a new line. Okay, the date is not an issue because we are referencing this sheet is pertain to all May, right? So whatever date you want to enter, it will be parked in the month of May. So I'm entering a breakfast of, let's say, 2000, If I go on tracker sheet, you can see a 2000 has been mentioned here. So this is over budgeted. The reason we have created enough budget for it. So let me increase this budget by for the taxes and household. I go back on my budget detail sheet for taxes and household. Let's say I make it 50,000 and I make it, let's say 300,000. Sorry, million 300,000. So I go back. Okay, still a big budget, so let me go here and make it 4 lakhs. Okay, so now you can see all the budgets are coming here. So as soon as, for example, the month of April I goes, right? So as soon as I put the electricity, it is giving me, okay, I have a budget of 300,000 and I spend 50,000 here. So my balance remain 250,000, and this is what is being shown here, 250,000. And so let me just copy all of these, right, and put it in a guess, let's say, and let me hypothetically enter any value, let's say. So if you go on your budget tracker sheet, and you can see all the information is coming here and it is live being adjusted from your budget tracker. Right now you can further improve it by giving a border. You can increase the size of it, right, and all the way till the end, right? So that's how you can improve it, and it is showing how many budget is left to be spent, right? And you can simply spend according to each month, right? And you can again go on view and hide the grid lines to show your tracker in more good way. You can select the rows and increase the heights. You can go home and make it centralized, right? And on the top you can also centralize them as well. Since you're scrolling it, so your headings are going off, so you can just select the line number 5, go on view and just do the free span. Now it's good, right? One more thing we can do, we can visualize this information through a graph, right? So how you can do that, I'm going to give an example. So I'm going to create a dashboard, right, for my budget tracker. A very simple dashboard I'm going to give for a specific item if you want to see, right? So again, you can just total them here. So this is your yearly total and this is your monthly spendings, right? These are your totals. This is the balance and this is all the expenses that you have made. You can select this line, go on the format painter, put it here and increase this line and call it total, and just like this, right? Now a good dashboard that you can make is, again, just go on dashboard, select item, and on the select item you can link this with your budget tracker. So go on the list, go on the source and link with this including the total, right, and press OK. And here what you can do, you can copy all these cells, right, and put it here and just give them a number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14, right? Why I'm doing so, I will just let you know in a moment, right? So you just give them a number. Now let's say you select a salaries, right, and I want all the salaries detail to be appeared here specifically. It is important, right? So you will go here and you will say again vlookup, and you will select this and freeze it, press comma, and now you will select from here till the end, press F4 to freeze them, press comma. Now go back on the dashboard and instead of giving 1, 2, 3 column number, just select this one, right, because it has all the information that I need, 1, 2, 3, all the column numbers. and press 0 and enter. So again, this is wrong because I have selected 1. This should be 2, right? So I can just press this 3, 4, and here I select onward with a plus sign. Excuse me. 4, 5, like this. So you can simply copy and paste it here. Now I have all the values. Since I have not entered any value in the salary, so that's why it's applying. So let me add taxes. So here I have some values on the tax, and this is a balance. Okay, the balance column, what I need to do, I need to cut and bring it till the end, right? So insert cut cell. So this is the opening, this is all the expense, and this is the ending, right? Makes sense? By using this information, I will select these all information, and then I will go on insert, then I will click on the recommended graphs. It is recommending some graph, but we will click on always all charts, and then we will go on the waterfall, right? This is my waterfall, right? And I will press OK. Okay, this is selected the waterfall, right? Now we have a waterfall in front of us, but the waterfall showing the information not exactly the way we are intended, right? We want to show that okay, this was our budget and 20,000 is reduced, so this show from a downward side, not an upward side. So we have to manually intervene and correct our formulas, right, to make it function like that. Since expense we have done in January is being deducted from the budget amount, we have to show in a negative. We have to reverse this sign, which we can do it by doing a multiplication -1, right? And then we will copy and bring it till the December, but the balance will remain the total amount, right? And this one we will specifically select this one, right, like this, right click, and we will mark it as set as total, right, and then unfreeze it. Now I can click this, just go here, and I have to just select a good format of the waterfall from the design. I think this one is good, right? From here I can remove the legends, I can add the data labels, right? I will select all of them and just make it a comma separated, right? So, and this one I will specifically select, go and put it as a green, and this one I will select it and put it, make it as a let me see a good color for this. Specifically for this one I will make it green as well. Okay, so now what this picture shows me, so this is basically what I have worked. So I bring this here so it covers the information on the back, right? I can now make it a smaller, so the back information is hidden, right? We can bold it and increase the size of it. I can name it budget visualization, right? I can go on view and just unhide the grid mark, just hide the grid mark. Okay, I can, okay, perfect. And instead of this 1 2 3 4, okay, let me just come it down. you will go on the select data, edit, and this one you will select it like this and press OK, and again you bring it up. So now it is showing, okay, this was the budget amount 500,000, and from the 500,000 you have spent 23,000 in January. In February you spend 50,000, then 23,000. So you are keep spending like that, and this is your balance budget. This is your ending balance. So if you want to see a company wide, just select the total. So this was the total budget and you have spent in this way, and this is your balance budget, right? If you want to spend, let's say, on a supplies, and so you have made nothing on. So if you want to see the taxes, you can just check on taxes, you can just check on the households, right? So you just spend in this way, and that's your final budget. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you understand something new, how you can create your budget tracker. And if you have any question, please do let me know in the comments, right? And I'll see you in the next video. And make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not done yet. And you have already subscribed, share with other your friends so they subscribe too.